Let's do that from the top left to right.
We can, if you want.
David.
We can.
I'm drunk, by the way. So we're going
Please
left.
tell me you record all of this.
We're going left.
Touchdown like the end zone. When the circle turn to my home, can't get me out of my zone. Go hard, or go home. Go hard, or go home. Yeah, these are championship rings on my hands now. In my head I'm top 10, yeah, that's hands down. You a squad, know you're looking man down. Funny how foes turn to friends now. Drive a race car like a Atari now. Call filling up, I need product again. Treat the business like a playground, might slide on you.
I just want to start off. Appreciate you guys coming out.
Thank you.
Of course.
This the team right here, Fitness Therapy family, to our first gym talk podcast. Love that you guys all came. I want us to just kind of just make this free flowing. It's a safe space, and I just want us to provide trainers and clients with some good content, some good and bad. We can talk about it. Every client is client X today, okay? Client X. We're not going to say any names. Any trainers is client X as well. All right, so we just kind of going to go from there, okay? I just want to go around the room, talk about how did you guys get into fitness? Why are you here today? What started it? We'll start with David. What got you into fitness? Yeah, we're going to do that.
All right, well, I got into fitness through SF State freshman year. That was probably the first year I had access to weights. So it was like a tiny. It was before SF State got
Love at first sight.
got their whole upgrade with the new fitness facility.
You didn't work out in high school?
Nah, I mean I did sports and stuff, but
You lying.
But it was always cardio and stuff like that. So the Village Fitness Center, that was the first apartment, little gym with weights, free weights, dumbbells, barbells and stuff like that. And it was a tiny ass little, one squat rack, one bench press, a couple of dumbbells. But honestly, it was all I needed. It was the
Explains why he slams weights.
yeah, it was it was probably the first thing I did for fun that was actually productive. Before that I would just play video games and stuff like that. And
There's
so
nothing wrong with video games.
fitness wise, all the progress, the whole process of everything, it was the results were always tangible, and it was something that really positively impacted me, physically and mentally, and just the way I carried myself outside of the gym and stuff like that. And so found myself over the years making my whole schedule, basing my schedule around the gym and stuff like that. And I'd spend hours in the gym just for fun and stuff like that. So it was when it got to, graduation time, and I was thinking about, what do I want to do day in, day out, for work and stuff like that. And for me, it was always well, how can you make an impact on, someone's day? And for me,
True.
I already took to fitness, it was the only thing that really pulled me in day to day. Nothing else really, I didn't care about anything else really.
Yeah.
And so it just, I just had a natural tendency to want to help people. Whenever I worked out with friends or family or just random people, making friends through the gym and stuff like that. I noticed that fitness and exercising and just pushing yourself, on the gym floor, it always tended to bring out the best in me. And I noticed that it tends to bring out the best in other people too. So whenever you train clients and stuff like that, unless they get injured or something, unless you get injured during a session or something, you always leave after working out feeling better than
when you walked
in.
in.
When you walked in.
For sure.
Yeah.
And so I knew right away, when I was helping just friends and stuff like that, I didn't even know shit about exercise and stuff. I was just doing bro stuff, just push, pull, legs and stuff like that. But to see how you can have an impact on someone's day and, you know, change their mood, change how they carry themselves and stuff like that. I knew it was something I wanted to do right off the bat. So pursue personal training. And then I ended up here. So,
Oh, that's awesome. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. He set the
was
bar.
a-
He
hey,
set the
that's-
bar kind of high.
David's good at this.
Hey,
inspirational,
he set the
man.
bar real high.
I'm all about a good origin
All
story.
right. Honestly,
Man, that was
I want to
you follow
go.
that up?
I don't know how you gonna do it.
You practiced
But
that.
we're gonna
Nah,
go.
fuck that up.
Practicing in the mirror before he came here.
every day.
He's like,
Impact on other people's lives.
Yeah. Hey, but I feel like it was real. Though. It was real.
That was real.
It
That was
was.
very good. That was
Okay.
very good.
Hey, Greg, it's your turn.
Surprised me. Done for the night.
You done for the night? All right, Greg.
Let's see. Well, like, played a lot of sports in school, high school, college, and went into college as a kinesiology major, and was actually an athletic training major first. And then you realize that as an athletic training major, number one, I'm deathly afraid of hyperextension of limbs. So, you know, football is a main thing that you got to do with athletic training. So the hyperextension of limbs wasn't doing it for me. But the main reason was athletic trainers make no money. So the only there's these many athletic trainers and only this many people make money if
Yeah.
you're a head athletic trainer.
It was like
Yeah.
You know,
20
the other
years
one-
in.
20 years
yeah.
in, and then the 20 years prior, you're making pennies. So I ended up changing my major to physical therapy. Found out that physical therapy wasn't my jam. It wasn't as exciting as I wanted it to be, and you also had to go do more school. So then I took my first nutrition class, and dude, just fell in love with it. Like I love all things food. I used to watch like Yan Can Cook and Frugal Gourmet. I know you guys don't know who those people are because maybe Ryan. I don't. But I just love food. And so nutrition was just easy for me. And so my nutrition advisor just said, "Hey, you ever think about being a personal trainer? You know, you have a background in sports. You're pretty good at this nutrition thing." And I said, "Yeah, let's give it a go." And that was the summer of
2005.
2000. Summer of 2000, you know, and I
6 years
graduated
old.
with a whatever, bro. Graduated a nutrition degree in 2001, and here we are, 21 years later. And here
That's
I am,
awesome.
you know.
That's awesome.
So
wait, was it really in 2000 or are you joking around? I mean, joking around.
He's that old.
Yeah,
No, I
he's OG.
graduated college in 2001.
You know what, Greg?
Isn't
You
he
look
the same
good.
age
You
as
look
Thank you,
good.
Mom?
You
Yeah.
look good.
exact same age.
We're not gonna ask
I'm
your
older
age.
than your mom, right?
Yeah.
See?
Hey, we're not gonna ask your age. We're not.
It's okay.
You're,
It's all
you're
right.
good. It's all right. Hey, you look good, and you probably run
Thank
more
you.
miles than
Thank
all
you.
those
Thank
combined.
you.
You look
Yeah.
good
Thank
for
you.
50.
I know. I know. Thank you.
Awesome. I'll just be brief since I want to ask you guys more questions. I was a 3-sport athlete in high school. Did football, track and field, basketball. Ended up going to City College of San Francisco,
Whatever.
trying to play, some legit football. Trying to exhaust all my options as an athlete. I was an undersized athlete, but I just kind of had this prove people wrong mentality. And honestly, when I was at City College my first year, got a little bit of playing time, didn't have anybody looking at me. Then my sophomore year, played all 12 games. Still didn't have a lot of people looking at me because of my stature. But then eventually, really, really late in the recruiting process, got an opportunity to go to University of Rhode Island. Played 2 years there, my junior and senior year. Played defensive back and kick returner, got all conference, all those accolades. But, my main goal was, the league. It was go to NFL and try to, do every young man's kind of dream when they play football. And, I tried to exhaust all my options, didn't get to the NFL, got to the CFL for training camp, and then got cut. Spending thousands of dollars trying to go to tryouts and doing all these different things. And then you kind of get into the athlete depression stage, and you're like, dang, what's next? You know, was able to leave Rhode Island with a degree in public relations, and I'm like, okay, maybe I'll go into a marketing job or something like that. But that just kind of wasn't my forte. Then got my first like really real job after corporate was worked at 24 Hour Fitness, Van Ness, and I was working just the front desk. And legit, my first day had to clean up in the bathroom. It was very disgusting. But I used to always just, you know, sometimes as a trainer and just sometimes as an athlete, you kind of want to show off a little bit. And so after I would get off my shift, I would just want to work out, you know, do crazy box jumps and bench press and do all these different things. And I ended up getting an opportunity from the fitness manager asking me if I wanted to be a personal trainer. Didn't want to do it at first, but then he kind of persuaded me and got my certification. Started at 24 Hour Fitness, then went to Crunch Fitness, and then honestly, COVID was kind of a blessing. You know, I got an opportunity from Ryan to come here and expand my fitness, I guess, profile, if you would say, and legit, I'm here now. My brand's Team Fitty Fitness, and you know, it started off just like with boot camps and stuff at my church and stuff, and then legit, now I got clients, and you know, I'm still trying to expand and learn more. And I've always been like more of a visual learner, and someone tell me what to do, and now it's kind of different when, you know, people are asking you, you know, what do I need to do to get fit? What do I need to do to lose weight and stuff like that? And it's kind of like what David was saying. I love seeing people's, you know, morale change in the gym. I love seeing them get what they need out of here. I feel like I'm not doing my best when they don't. And honestly, that's why I'm here at Fitness Therapy now, just trying to expand, coaching football, coaching track and field. But I just love just working with people and seeing them reach their best them. That's just basically what it is.
I like it.
Mm-hmm. And we're next. Oh, man. Oh, let's go. I'm ready for this one. I've been waiting for you to talk.
You know, it was never really a clear path. I think going into college, you had two options, engineer or a nurse in, you know, our culture and stuff like that. So going in, I started taking some nursing classes, and I took anatomy. And from that point on, I knew I had this interest with the human body kind of thing. So I started shifting towards physical therapy, kinesiology, and, you know, fell in love with it. Exercise phys, understanding how the body works, this and that, and kind of applying it to fitness. But I went the whole 9 yards. I did all the classes. I went to my GMAT, you know, all my hours, outpatient, inpatient hospital, and I even got accepted to a DPT program. But then it was just like, I've been doing it for so long, I kind of knew the ins and outs of physical therapy. And at that time, it was knee extensions, it was quads, you couldn't do anything outside of the prescription.
Mm-hmm. Range of motion improvements, so small.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And then
I mean,
this is a great day.
There was a time I went to I was doing some inpatient hours, and we were stretching a lady. She was 90 years old, had a hip replacement. Just doing some range of motion stuff and this and that, and then came back the next day and she was gone. She passed. I was like, nah, I can't do it. I can't do it. I want to see people live. I want to see people get better and stuff like that. So at that point, I decided to just focus on personal training, see where it led me. I mean, I ended up working Sunnyvale Fitness. I worked in Axis in Menlo Park. And then I worked at a body studio in Foster City where I met Greg there.
When was that?
A long time
07,
ago.
08 or something like that?
A long time ago. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then, you know,
you guys are old.
I butted heads with a lot of the owners and on approach. Mm-hmm. I was always wait and see and watch and observe, and, you know, everyone else is kind of like, let's go by the book. Let's do this. And so I was like, I'm just gonna do my own thing. I rented a hallway in a karate studio, literally a hallway. Came up the stairs and there's this backside against the window, and I rented that for like $500 a month. I had one Smith and some dumbbells, and I made it work, and the TRX.
I do remember when we were working together. Remember, you were like, "Dude, these people taking all our money, man.
Oh, yeah. We were making,
They're taking half.
They were taking at least half, more than
They're
half.
taking all our money. We got to do our own thing."
And,
he's
like,
this
it was
young
just- it
buck.
was
I'm
robbery.
Like, I'm like 30-something. I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
calm down, bro. All right.
I was trying to get it.
Dude, hey,
Hey.
calm down. You should come with me, dude. I'm
I
like,
was-
hey, bro. I said, calm down. He's like, they're taking all our money. We should do our own thing. And then this dude rents a freaking hallway, dude.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, he really
Yeah.
did it.
And then what happened? The downstairs ended up being available. We took that. I put some TRX in there. We started doing group classes for TRX. I mean, it was literally 700 square feet straight down, no space, but we made it work. And then we just kept, opportunities arose, and we ended up taking up half that building. And we were running, I don't know, at a certain point, like 50, 60 classes a week. Group classes, morning, evening. We even had a spin studio. And we were just cranking out the classes. We had so many people coming in and out. And, you know, at the peak of that, it was fun.
Yeah.
It was great. So I think there's, I mean, you guys know last 3 years have been crazy.
Yeah.
And during this whole time, I think we've been in business for 12 years. There's at least 4 or 5 times where I was like, that's it, we're done. I just got to hang it up, move on. But, you know, the people in the gym, the trainers, the clients, they kept kind of keep you going, you know?
Yeah.
So, you know, we thought things were falling in place. I mean, 2019, we were consolidating down into this space here. We were doing well. And then, you know, the pandemic hit. And we literally go from making X amount of dollars a month to zero and halfway through our construction here. I mean, at that point, I was just like, this is it. We should just hang it up. But just kept pushing through, and here we are.
And not to like go in a different direction, but bro, that's a testimony. That's like crazy. Cause legit, you know, like I inspire one day to have a facility like that. Like and you always tell me that don't do it, but like
That's
legit,
a lot of work, bro.
It's a lot of work.
like I've always seen myself as like, you know, natural leader, but like I was just looking at Key and like we like, dude, like that's something we kind of want. And
I don't want a gym. You go in a gym. I'll come. I don't want to own a
but
gym.
legit, like, you know, I could just hear from other people, you know, clients that I have and kids that I train, and they're just like, this freaking facility is crazy, and we don't have nothing like it. And like, cause legit, if you think about this facility, you know, you think about LA and you think about downtown New York with you know, with the structure. Some people just, you know, just put gym floor down and they go get equipment from anywhere. But like legit, when you look inside this gym,
There's thought, right?
it's a lot of thought into it.
That was the thing too. We just wanted an atmosphere that people like going to, like it was a part of their house, like, you know, they felt comfortable in, and you know, like to go to. Like, you know, I knew I was gonna come here every day. I might as well make it something that you like to look at, you know. So
Like legit, my dad, he tries to come here on Saturdays at 6 a.m. and he's just like, I just feel like working out when I get in here. Like, and honestly, I love the atmosphere that we bring. Just being here. You know, sometimes people take it for granted. They just walk into the gym like, oh, okay, I got to train somebody. But when you actually look in here, you like, God dang, like this is nice, right? But no, I appreciate you telling us that, because honestly, that's something I aspire to do. I don't know if that's what I'm gonna do, but that's something I do aspire to do, to try to branch out. But I mean, nothing soon, because I love the opportunity that you're giving all of us at this very moment here.
I mean, I know you always say it, right? I told you not to do it, right? But if someone came to me and was like, let's build a gym, I'm like, hell yeah, let's do it again.
Yeah,
You know, it's almost a sickness. It's like you're addicted to the stress almost.
He has a fetish.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Probably.
Like every sometimes
Dude's a
when
glutton for punishment, dude.
something happens.
For you viewers out there, Ryan may buy a new piece of equipment every 2 weeks.
Yes.
Maybe.
And then
we won't
probably
get it for
gets
2
rid of
months.
probably- legit. Like it gets a little crazy, but we love it.
I was like, what can make our training, number one, more effective, number two, easier, and enjoyable for the clients. Those are my 3 things whenever I pick equipment. So
I like that. Hey, we grinding.
yeah.
All right, Killer. Well, it's your turn.
My turn. I should go
Yeah.
after that.
Do it.
No, you got to.
Everyone knew this was gonna be a long one.
How did I get into fitness? So, similar to my colleagues over here to my left, I played sports in high school and just growing up. All my siblings actually still play sports, so my stepdad was very strict on us. If we're gonna do something, we better be the best at it, or at least try to be the best at it. So he would wake us up at 5 a.m. We'd lift. After school, we'd do speed training at the park. So there's 6 of us, so there's a lot of us. So yeah, that was just kind of like our routine. After that, when I went away to school, to college, by then we were kind of doing more community workouts. So either teammates or cousins would ask us like, oh, I saw, you guys training at the park. We want to come. So we would just do free workouts on the weekends, at the sand dunes, at City College, just whatever we could do.
City College.
City College.
We the
yeah.
Rams.
We never went to CSM, sorry.
We are the Rams.
No comment.
Yeah, so when I went away to school, I still worked out, kept the same routine, and then I'd work out with some of my friends, kind of like train them, I guess, on the side. And then when I was in New York, I was just looking for like a side hustle. So I decided to get my certification, and I started doing group classes at a HIIT studio, and it was like one of those rhythmic studios. I don't have rhythm, so I was there for like 2 months just training, and then I was like, fuck this now. I need weights. It was all like body weight, like, yeah no.
To come up
not
with your own
me at all.
playlist and stuff? Do you have to,
No, they had a playlist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, or they had like
She just couldn't catch it.
pick
They're
songs that are at like
you're not
150
working
BPM. I was like,
Oh,
all
I see,
right.
I see.
Yeah, so no. But it was a good intro. It pushed me to get my certificate and to like start learning how to talk to people in more, I guess, fitness lingo. But I didn't last very long. I was only in New York for about a year before I moved back home, and I was just trying to figure out like what the next step was. I had a degree. I love fitness, but I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do. I was a law school dropout. So I started teaching classes at Base Camp in Burlingame, and really felt like I started to find something that, fueled my passion a little bit more. And then I ended up applying for chiropractic school, and that was really where everything started to fall into place. I was able to blend fitness and health and just things that I felt like the community really needed and that I could help serve my community with. So then I started training here in end of 2020. By then I was already teaching some of my own classes, kind of had a little following, and started doing more personal training rather than classes, just because I felt like I saw more results, and the people that were really committed would do personal training because they wanted to see the same results. They didn't want to just come and sweat and burn hella calories and then leave.
Yep.
So that's definitely more, I guess, the path that I'm working towards and going towards. So that's like, in summary, family to school to figuring stuff out to fitness therapy. Yeah.
That's awesome. No, honestly, I think as far as like relationships goes, like I don't have a lot of friends outside of here, but when it come to here, like I rock with you guys. I can talk to Greg about sports. I can talk to Key about client exes and stuff like that. And legit, as we're going around, I can literally see, like, you can start looking at the person, and you can see where it started from and where it's going, because we all have like-minded goals and we all want to see, our clients succeed, but we also want to see our individual goals, right? Like how Key's talking about being a chiropractor and stuff like that. Legit, she's working on her craft and stuff. Like, it's time she's over here in the corner and she just grabs a bag and she's just acting like she's cracking somebody's back and stuff like that. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Speaking of which,
What she's doing?
But legit, I don't know. I'm not a chiropractor. But legit, No, that's awesome. Like, just to continue to keep seeing where we all coming from. All right, Mark, sing us a song.
I
Sing
keep
us a
it
song.
short. Went to SF State, kinesiology major. I wanted to be a physical therapy therapist. Thought about it. Talked to Ryan about that. He took me to Chili's, and he's like, "Come
Look,
work."
bro, I was a PTA for 4 years. You do the damn same thing every single day.
Wait, we went to Chili's. Okay, that's the important part here. And I was like, "Well, where's the money, right?" As a trainer, he's like, "Well, if you're good, you
Make
make
X amount
money."
of
And I
dollars,
was
yeah.
like, "I'll be good." And that was it. I became a trainer. I like working with people, and I really like kinesiology as just a science. So like working with different people all the time, like different goals, like working with someone with like chemo or like Parkinson's disease, or people with just like want to lose weight for their wedding or after pregnancy, things like that. So it's just kind of the opportunity to work with a larger population. And not only that, but you get to learn about science and kind of like test yourself and like learn and build your knowledge. So yeah, I'm kind of glad with just working with like individuals, and it's been a blessing, really.
No, that's awesome, and not to kind of just leave what you said, but we kind of been just all talking about what we do and how we kind of got into fitness, and the way I wanted this conversation to go, and kind of the topic of the conversation is kind of like, what is your specialty? Now, the thing is, every trainer wants to be humble, every trainer wants to be a little cocky, right? And we want to say we can fix everybody, right? And we can work with every single person. Right. Some people come in, they want to lose weight. Some people want to gain muscle. Some people want to build endurance. Some people want to rehab an injury. Some people want to be a power lifter. Work on a bench press, deadlift, all those different things. But as far as when I say what is your specialty, I don't want to necessarily have us all talk about that. I want us to kind of talk about, what would you get? What kind of advice would you give someone that probably is not an expert in, right? Like, I'm going to be honest with you. If someone asks me about powerlifting, I probably can give them a generic version. I'm going to just be honest with you. I could probably tell them certain things, and I would have to do my own research. But how do you think that you should approach those things? How do you think you should approach them? How do you think that maybe do you pass it to somebody else? Do you hold on to it because maybe you want to make a little bit more money or things like that? And I just want that to be open discussion. Anybody can kind of chime in. Don't all come at once.
All right. So you asked me this earlier, and I was thinking about it.
You
And
didn't ask me earlier.
You were running.
I have
Fair enough.
bachelor's in kinesiology. I have CMT, did 1 year of massage therapy. Before I was supposed to go into physical therapy. Got my master's in kinesiology, multiple certs, this and that. Now, if someone were to ask me, can you do this? I would tell them yes, right? Because I'm comfortable, if not knowing at the moment, but to get into evidence-based practice and get into it and learn it and be fluent in it. But do I like to do it?
That's a good one.
No. If I learned something from owning a business is you keep people to their strengths, right?
Yeah.
Every time someone comes in, youth athlete, goes straight to you.
So defer.
I defer.
Yeah.
If it goes to,
Who do I get?
you get,
Who is it?
How old are you? 65, 70? Okay.
and lifters and people want to build strength. I think of David first.
Yeah.
Because can I do it? Yeah, I could do it, but like, am I in that mental mindset to kind of shift gears from one person to the other, right? Where I think I focused on was general population, but not just fitness, but recovery and rehab. That's kind of like the realm I like to stay in. So.
No, honestly, like, that's real. Like, it takes big, I won't even call it confidence, but more that you believe in your team to pass those people up. Now, the thing is when I look at you, I think of you more as like a fitness manager, right? Like if I was thinking of like fitness, if I was thinking about 24-hour fitness, or if I was thinking about Crunch, not saying that you're like them, but I would think of you like as the leader, right? But how is it different for, you know, people like that are just getting into fitness and they do have clients come in and legit like you trying to see the money. Like you trying to see yourself get more clients, right? How do you go about it and you know you're not equipped?
Can I answer that?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think one of the things is you have to be humble a little bit.
That's real.
I think when I came in, I talked to Ryan, I talked to Greg, I talked to our old trainer, Francis. Like before I even had clients, I watched classes. I even taught a spin class without Ryan knowing, right? So it's just kind of like a matter of like knowing that you have a lot to learn. And so that's kind of the thing is like, if you're going to go in there being like, I can do this, and then you break their back, right? You just lost a client. You didn't learn anything either.
Real.
So, yeah, I think one of the bigger things is stay humble and know that there are people like Greg who's been training for 30 years. You know, like it's crazy, right? Like
Christ.
when,
We're
like,
coming for-
see,
we're coming
that's
for
just
Greg.
how it works. It's
We're coming
30
for Greg.
years of experience. He would run, and I would sit there and talk to him. That's the crazy part is if you talk to him while he's running, he'll talk back.
Yeah. He has to. He has to.
And if
Anybody want
someone's
to chime
got
in on that?
pertinent questions, I mean, I'm here to help the person.
Yeah,
I
no.
want to give anyone coming in to the business like all my knowledge because I want everyone here to be successful, right? So we all want each other to be successful. So anything that I can give to help a new trainer, I'm gonna give.
Nice.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Well, what's the reason of being a trainer if you can't give back to your fellow trainers? You know what I mean?
Amen.
Yeah, it's kind of like that you eat, everybody eat mentality.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, and that's another thing I was about to say about the gym. Like the gym is awesome. I mean, we've gone through many reincarnations of the gym, and everyone
Amen.
getting better and better, right? But like it's the vibe that you put out too. You know what I mean? We all get along. You know what I mean? It's like it's the vibe that you put out the gym that makes the gym great too. You know, the gym looks good. It's a feel good place, but then you just bring it above and beyond because the vibe is just so good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I tell you, how many times people ask me, can we franchise? Can we build another one? And I was like, it's not the same. It's
not.
the people, quality of care. It's hard to keep the brand, if the people change. So, I thought about it a number of times. And I was just like, can't do it. We got to keep it, that one little diamond in the rough kind of place.
Yeah. Well, that's real talk. How about you, Dave? What you thinking about that?
I got a question for Ryan.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I love it. You asking questions. I'm loving it.
What do you look for in trainers when you consider taking them in and
I've
making
been
them a
wanting
part
to
of your
ask you
culture
this
and
for a
everything?
long
Just your
time.
hamstrings.
Your yeah, you need some ham ropes. You need
hamstrings.
some ham ropes.
Jesus.
No, it's funny. There's this new kid came in, super
Trainer
excited.
X.
Trainer X, super excited. Saw the studio, wanted to be a part of it, and I could tell from his demeanor, I could tell from how he was talking that it was truly his passion. And I always say none of us are renter trainers. This is our career. This is our livelihood. And so, you talk to someone for 10 minutes, you can tell already, what they want to do with their lives and how they are with clients. There's a lot of people that out there are like, oh, I can do kinesiology and I can make $100-something an hour being a trainer. But those are the people that don't last. So it's in here.
Yeah.
It's in here.
Yeah,
It's in here.
it's a level of integrity you kind of have to have as a trainer because, we all see it, right? We see the online trainer, the trainer that if you do 30 burpees a day, you'll lose this much on your stomach or something, because legit we live in an era of social media where you can believe anything. Like, and legit, even though we have grown adults out there in the world, they don't know anything about fitness. So it's kind of like talking to a child, and legit children may believe the first thing that they hear. Right. And, it's really our jobs as humble trainers, trainers that do have some type of integrity to actually lead people into the right directions versus break these people down, give them false hope, and things like that. Because it gets hard. It gets hard. I always joke about this with all the trainers in here, but like, you know, legit, you get clients that come in here and they think it's gonna be a quick fix.
Oh yeah,
And
100%.
it gets crazy because like we know how long it's gonna take, right? And I mean, legit, we know what's needed, but we get questions and we get people coming in here like, oh yeah, if I come here for 2 months, I may lose 30 or 40, and you just like, and you looking at them like, are you freaking serious? Like, do you really think that?
I ask them, how long it take you to get that way?
Like legit.
I mean, to be real
It,
talk,
like-
I mean, how long it take you to get that way?
and it gets crazy because sometimes like I felt this before, being a newer trainer, is sometimes you just thinking of the sale. You're just thinking of the sale. And this is kind of like where I'm transitioning. Like when you start thinking of the sale, you're just like, now, and it depends, right? Like, cause some people are eating and some people we waiting for the bits, right? We're waiting for all the crumbs to come off. But how do we get to that point where we can be realistic as trainers with clients that have short-term goals, but you know, kind of like making that sale, right? Because you know, I know from experience, 24-hour fitness and Crunch, we're always talking about the sale. We're always talking about the sale. We're always talking about the sale versus what can I really give you with my knowledge and everything that I've learned. So anybody, we can chime in on that. Go ahead, Greg. I know you. got
I just think from what you're saying is I think first of all, like you're talking about making the sale, right?
yeah,
But I think if you become a trainer and you want to be a good trainer, you should never think about how much money you're going to make. You should think about how the first thing and foremost is you want to help somebody become the best version of themselves.
100%.
And then you want to help them and become knowledgeable. And then after that, the money will follow
money
if
will
you
follow.
put out a good product. So you can't follow the money with actually anything. You can't follow the money. You have to come from a good place first.
Very true.
That's from the start. That's what I think you have to do first and foremost. So yeah,
Don't worry, I'm gonna come back to you, Greg.
You know,
you come back.
but, you know, your reputation precedes you, right?
Yeah. The resume.
A lot of the times, if you're being seeked, you don't have to worry about the money, right?
Yeah.
And for you to get to that point, you need to do the work, right?
Yeah.
Is sometimes I look at these prices for training, and like some dude with a cert and 2 years experience is charging $140 an hour for a training session, right? I feel like it's robbery, right? I mean, credentials wise, across the board, right? All of it. If that was the case, we could all charge $200 an hour. You know,
Yeah.
It's just it's the greed, and it's the I don't really think those people really are there for the people.
Yeah.
They're there for the fame. They're there for the quick buck. But again, here you're talking about social media, right?
Yeah.
And I always looked at like the older trainers. You're an older trainer now, but we never had the opportunity to post it, right? We never posted our workouts. We never did this back in 15, 20 years ago. We didn't do that, right? And so now we're kind of going into this age where, man, can we keep up with all these clients and getting more people? Because now we're going against social media because we're not accustomed to it. We don't do it. But
Damn, you're aging us
Right?
real quick.
right, I'm just saying. But have you been less busy?
No.
Right?
Yeah.
I haven't. Have you?
No.
And you don't post anything. It's
You
just
guys like burner accounts.
again, it's like reputation, right? You don't have to live in that spotlight of fitness and this and that to be successful. You just have to be good and at what you do and have good intentions with it.
That's real, and the reason why I was saying to Greg, I'm gonna come back to him, is because once we made that sale, right? Once we finally, we get the client, to buy into what what we want for them to reach their best goal, right? I always get, I've received a lot of clients that like, I need to lose this certain amount of weight because I'm going on a trip or my wedding's coming up and stuff like that. And this is not to talk about your age, Greg. I want to kind of talk about client retention. What does it take? Like what does it take to get your client to be like, you know what? You my trainer for a longer period of time. What you're past just a goal that I finally reached. You're past my wedding day. You're past me getting ready for a vacation. What's that next step? Like how do we get to that next step? Us newer trainers.
Well, I mean, you kind of mentioned that to me earlier, and I was trying to think about it. And there's like a lot of things. There's a lot of nuanced things that go along with it, and there's a little bit of luck involved, and that's your personalities mesh. But I was thinking about it, and when a client comes to you, right, it's a numbers game. How much body fat do I want to lose? How much weight do I want to lose? How much strength do I want to gain? What are my macros, right? And as a trainer, that is your job to help them achieve their fitness goal, right? Or become, like I said before, the best version of themselves. But my approach might not be for everybody else, but is you have to go with the client like above and beyond that, right? You have to learn about the client. You got to learn about their life. You got to learn about their job. You got to learn about their kids. You got to learn what makes them tick. Because eventually, then you're building a foundation for a real relationship, right? Just not a superficial relationship about, I just want to lose this weight and get out, right?
Yeah.
So you really get to know them. And so, eventually, you become their trainer, their sounding board. You all know that, right?
Their therapist.
A whole hour about sounding board, right? And
Yeah.
eventually, you become a friend because you've built this base, right? And so, honestly, I could say every single one of my clients, I'd be like, hey, let's go to lunch. They're like, yeah, let's do it. Why? Because I've built this relationship.
relationship.
With them, and and it goes along with the training aspect, right? And so and then it gets to the point where you get to know the client, and then it goes from session to session. Like you can be like, you know what this person is. You know when to pull back. You know when to push.
Yeah.
There is no only one gear all the time.
Yeah.
And so I think that's the nuts and bolts of it is that you just gotta build that real relationship with a client, and that's how I've been able to luckily I have 15, 16. Nick is 17 years now, right? So I mean, it's
Jesus.
I think that's the nuts and bolts of it, is that,
Yeah.
that you just got to build that relationship more than just the training part of it.
100%.
Yeah. So
I learned that from Greg when I first met him and watched him interact with his clients, and it was genuine friendships. It wasn't just, I'm going to be nice to you so that you can keep me as your trainer forever. No, these are genuine relationships. And I used to look up to I still do look up to him.
That was very cute. I love that.
Yeah, I mean, he's had clients forever. And I'm proud enough to say, look, I have clients 16 years, 14 years, and it's because exactly what Greg says. It's a genuine relationship with actual care, and it's not just about a money transaction.
Yeah, cause honestly, I've asked Greg this question a million times, and legit, he always tells me, I'm gonna give you an answer on a different day, or I'm gonna give you an answer differently. But I think it's like normal things, right? You want to get to know someone, you got to build relationship. You want to get a girlfriend, you want to get a new friend, you want to get a new colleague, things like that. It takes the relationship, and it takes you actually making the time to get to that point, because these people eventually trust you. They trust you with a lot. I'm starting to get to that point where I have a client, and just being transparent, client X, she ain't reaching her goal because she ain't doing what she needs to do outside of here, but she just loves coming in here. She loves talking to me.
You'll get those.
And
We all have
legit,
those.
yeah, it gets like legit, you like, and in your mind as a trainer, you're like, dang, like, am I failing them or am I actually helping, right? And legit, you know, you keep pushing them, you keep telling them what they need to do, but also, you know, they see a value in you, but beyond just a weight and beyond just a physique look or a health issue. Like, they look at you differently, and, you know, like Greg was saying, it's almost like they vent to you.
Yeah.
They tell you everything. Like, they tell you when they freaking broke up with someone, or they tell you when freaking something's happening at their job. And that's the relationship that we all, I think, are starting to build with our clients, if we haven't already built that and stuff like that. But yeah, what do you think about that, Key? Because we talk about
I'd
this.
say that's actually something I struggle with. Not to the point where it's hard for me to create relationships, but I don't have boundaries. So as a new trainer, like, yeah, that's difficult because we talk about such personal topics with our clients, and or if they invite you to an event and you go, and then it's kind of like, oh, now we're friends. And you're like, oh, but you still got to pay me.
Dang.
Oh,
Ooh.
like that.
So,
Hey, I ain't gonna
No,
lie.
that's
Yeah.
tough. That's
I ain't
tough.
gonna lie, that's real.
That's
so
yeah.
that's something I've struggled with personally, more recently. So it's hard because then it's like you got to put on that, like, I'm still like, this is still a business transaction.
It's almost like player coach mentality. Like, you still got to run gassers, you know that, right? Or you still know you got some up down, you know, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then it's hard, right? Because then it's like, oh, I know that, you know, this client was having trouble at work, and then, you know, their kids were acting up, and then I'm like, well, now I feel like an a-hole asking them, like, hey, you didn't pay me that one session. But normally I try and do the whole, like, prepaid situation, but sometimes, you know, again, life happens and you forget, and you have the schedule, and you kind of like let stuff slide,
Like,
and
I
then
love you.
it keeps sliding, and you're
figure
like,
it
wait.
out. Like, I love you, but I gotta pay some bills. You
Yeah,
know, stuff
exactly.
Like that.
So,
yeah.
yeah, that's.
Dang.
I think I'm on the other side of the.
Oh, dang, you
spectrum.
threw a doozy just now.
I mean, you know, friends go up to you, hey, when are we gonna work out in your gym? When are we gonna do this? And you're just like, yeah, just let me know. Hit me
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is for all you
okay.
people that always be like, Miles, remember you said you was gonna give me a nah. No, we ain't talking about none of that. Nah, that was a good one. I like that. But kind of want to transition into kind of something kind of fun. I want to give some, you know, client scenario questions. All right.
100
The
burpees.
scenario is going to be the same for every single person. I'm going to just randomly ask someone. Legit, these are questions that a client that you have either just met or have known for about a week or 2 weeks, you just started training them. They ask you these questions. I need you to give them your best answer. Okay? Are we prepared?
Yeah.
You got
Okay.
I'm prepared.
Yeah.
I am going to
buzzer
start.
faster.
I'm going to start with David. Okay.
Good start.
And some of these questions are funny, just letting you know.
I'm a deadlift you.
Okay. I'm your client, David.
New client.
Why do I let out a little bit of pee when I exercise?
Who asks you these questions? This is a real
Listen,
Hey, me and
don't-
Greg were like,
we're not.
Yeah, I've had that question before. Right?
Hey, listen, we're not. Hey, this is David's time.
I haven't gone that one before.
I want you to give this client your answer without
Fuck,
laughing.
I would just. I don't have an answer to that one. I'd be like, I'll get back to you on that.
Oh, hey,
David just
no, that's
pretends
a
he didn't
legit.
hear
Hey,
it.
no, that's a
I'll be
legit
like,
answer.
I don't know, but I'll find out and I'll get back
That's
to
a
you.
legit answer. Now, let me ask: are you laughing when they tell you this? What if they have a straight face?
Like if they just piss themselves in,
Like, no. What if they just be like
pop in a
like,
spot?
David, I just peed on myself a little bit. Like serious face and all.
Nah, I just be like, go to the bathroom, straighten yourself out, and come back. And
Has anyone had that happen in here?
I haven't had that.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you right here?
No, not in here, not in here,
dude,
but
I did.
absolutely
I
though.
did.
I mean, you know, I have a lot of clients who've had babies and numerous
Things.
babies as that.
Yeah.
And it's a thing. They're like,
Yeah.
don't make me do that. It's making me pee my pants. It's a real thing. I mean, like it sounds funny, but like I'm like,
It's a real.
that's
hey,
real.
Yeah.
I'm like, and I'm just like, yeah, I know, it's all
No
right.
jumping
Mark,
jacks.
these questions is
No.
real.
Yeah.
These
Oh,
real.
dude.
These ain't
A
hypothetical.
couple months ago, I had a girl doing step ups and just, and I would just pretend like nothing happened. I was like, oh,
gas.
Hey, we've all had those awkward
no,
moments where we just act like we don't
Oh.
see nothing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you just
Pete.
Yeah.
We've
Client X.
all been there.
Client X.
Client
We've all,
X.
we've all dealt with client X just doing some crazy stuff. You
never-
just be like, I want to laugh so bad, but I'm not gonna say nothing.
You know, it's hard to laugh at that moment, unless they start laughing.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't
If they
do it.
laugh, I can't stop.
I can't
Yeah.
laugh.
Now, if they in like pain or if they like embarrassed, like you definitely come there
Yeah,
and then
that's
you,
different. Yeah.
yeah.
I would
You be-
announce
you
it
be
to the
there.
gym.
Yeah, you don't do that. All
But then
right.
when they leave,
No, that's a good answer, David. All right. So, next question is gonna be. I want it to be for Mark. Okay. I'm your client. Why do I tend to pass gas every time I do a certain exercise you have me do?
because you're working hard.
Hey man, it
You're
happens.
working hard. You're going all out. Let it out. 100%. I get a lot of farts.
Yo,
Client XXX and
I, you know, at first I was just like, maybe they just got some issues. or they got, but legit, like, I get a little embarrassed. Cause I'm just like, damn.
Sometimes I
I'm
need
like,
to
I'm
fart
like, let
when
me
I
just stay over
stretch.
here and act like everything cool, cause like,
You're telling me you haven't needed to fart when you're stretching.
You know
It's a
what?
hard thing to do, right? Like,
If I have time to go run, I'm gonna do it in somewhere else, cause I know me, them things gonna stink.
well, what if no one's here?
Oh yeah, definitely,
Like, well, there you go.
100%.
See?
But okay, you right. We're gonna leave that there because I don't want to keep going. Okay, this one's for Ryan. Okay,
I already know.
all right. I get out of breath just walking up the stairs. How do I truly start exercising again?
Walk up those stairs again.
Wait, what?
Keep walking up those stairs.
Get on the Stairmaster.
Say it again.
No, I get out of breath just walking up the stairs. How do I start exercising again?
I mean, it's a backwards question, isn't it? You're here because you want to.
Yeah, but like, my thing is this: is how do you build that confidence back in that client? Because like, legit, they know they need to be in here,
Yeah.
but naturally going into their house, they can't even compose themselves.
I'll just reassure them. I was like, look, that's why we're here. That's why we're doing what we're doing. Overload equals adaptation, and the more we get you at that point of getting exhausted, the further and further you're gonna get. And so that's what I would say.
I like that.
Damn. Science based.
Hey, man, you know.
Hey,
That was a good one.
Drop the mic. Jesus. All right, I put this question for Key. This one for Key because I don't know how she gonna react. But I started a workout regime with you now. I'm fatter. How is exercise helping me if all I do is just want to eat? What do you tell this client?
I'm answering why they got fatter.
I mean, they just feel like this. They like, yo, we've been working out. I feel fatter than what I do, and I can't stop eating.
I say, so you come in here for 45 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
and then how much time are you out of the gym the rest of the 24 hours in a day?
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, if you're only working out for that 45 minutes, everything else is going to outweigh what we're doing in the gym. So if you're serious about changing yourself, you got to be serious about all the habits, not just the 45 minutes you spend in here.
Dang, she remind me of a coach.
That was mean. It's scary.
You want to start? If you want to start, you got to
Do it.
That was scary. I was like, okay, I'll work out.
Dude, rice
that's
rice
one of the
cakes
first
tomorrow.
things-
100
dude.
burpees, okay, I got
I
it.
have a lot of clients, and I'll say, like, do you want to work on your nutrition? Yes or no? Like, realistically. And they'll be like, oh, well, I mean, I like to, drink on the weekends, and I like to, eat here. And I'm like, okay, so you're not. That's fine. Like, let me know.
It's like, oh,
Because
okay.
then I'll just create a good workout. We'll have a good time in here for 45 minutes, and then
Exactly.
I won't
Hey.
expect you to drop any weight.
Low key, people need that approach.
I was telling
Yeah.
you like to chase your own tail. That's what you're doing. You're losing 5 pounds, gaining 5 pounds, losing 5 pounds, gaining. That's fine. You
Yeah.
want to do it, But I'm telling you right now, it's like you're chasing your own tail. You're not making any progress because you ain't changing anything else outside of the gym.
Good. It's good.
Amen, brother.
Okay, Key. I think Key is a
I would
coach.
say 75% of my clients are like that, and they're like, honestly, I'm here for lifestyle. I want to be in here just so I get in the gym twice a week, and then outside, they do whatever,
Yeah,
and I'm
but-
like, okay, like
and they
at least
expect-
we're all on the same page.
Yeah, and they expect results though, right? Like,
When they first come in,
That's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
problem.
and then we have that
then
conversation,
they
and then
realize,
they're
yeah,
like,
Do
all
you not
right.
know that
Yeah.
that's the problem? Like legit, they just keep coming in here and they just think it's cool, and then they act like you lied to them when they over here snacking on a
Yeah.
ho ho.
Oh, I had M&Ms at midnight. Okay.
Like legit.
and sometimes they be lying to you too, right? Like, are you sure you stick to your
Like,
diet?
legit, they be like,
Yeah.
no, this is the one I hear all the time. Sorry, client X's, but legit, they be like, I think my skill at home is wrong, and I think your skill is wrong too over here because I don't feel like that. Y'all ever get like, well, I don't know. I get that a lot because I don't. It's they can't be real with themselves. They think that as soon as they start working out, it's just supposed to fall off, and it's not that way.
A lot of people think they're still 16, 17, 18.
Hey,
Right.
Your
We gotta know.
metabolism, your metabolism
Yeah.
is slow.
Aging adult is 28.
Ouch. Yeah, I turned
Sorry,
20.
guys.
I turned 28 this year.
So
All downhill from
it's
there.
all downhill from 28. So
That's
you-
why I gotta start running with Greg. Speaking of Greg, this is your question. Okay. I'm such a slow jogger. I hesitate to even call it jogging. Do I still burn calories when I'm so-called running?
Yeah, absolutely, dude. It's exertion, right? Of course you're. It doesn't matter how when you get to the finish line, you get to the finish line. It doesn't matter. Now we can improve upon that. But if you think you're running, then I think I was running. Unless you're at a snail's pace walk.
100%.
Yeah. So, man, that was easy.
No,
man.
well,
That was a
well,
good
like, no, legit. If I think about it, sometimes you just be like, you know what? I'm gonna put this speed. You gotta run it. Let's do this to warm up. Let's do this to
don't do that.
no, like let's just be honest. Like
Don't
you
do
know,
that.
you
Don't
know
do
you
that.
have to push them a little harder, right? Like we can't be at snail's pace forever, right?
Yeah.
But how do you encourage those people? Okay, we passing snail's pace now. Let's start kicking it up to turtle, and then let's start kicking it up. You know?
Well, I feel like if you're with a client and then you're helping them gradually gain, they'll see and feel the difference. So then
100%.
in turn, they'll want to work a little harder. If it's in their mind to want to do it, though. That's
Exactly.
every client.
It's
they
a
have.
mindset.
It's got to
It's a
be in their
mindset.
mind
It's
to
a
want
mindset.
to improve on food,
It's legit
running,
a mindset.
or whatever.
It's legit a
Yeah, yeah,
mindset.
yeah.
But no, honestly, that's real because I have clients that tell me they're in the gym. They tell me they're in the gym outside of here, and then they come in here and they be winded, and you be like,
I'd be like, who's Jim?
like legit, like I just be like, what? Like, are you legit? Like, I try my best not to get mad because it's like they lie to you in your face, and then they get mad at you.
Something you just gotta like relatability, right?
You have to.
If this person loves video games, you gotta relate it to a video game. If they're a cook or they're accountant, or you have to give them numbers. I think I always found that worked well with certain people. Yeah.
Oh, one thing with getting mad at your clients, I think the whole retention thing too.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah,
You can't get
yeah,
mad
you
at
can't.
them.
Not in the
You
present
have to be
state.
able
Yeah,
to,
not in the
like,
present state.
Build a relationship with them and understand what they're going through, and then build their program based around them. Right? Just because you're like an athletic trainer or something like
You're
that
right.
doesn't mean you have to force them into that.
100%.
Right? You always got to understand what they're going through, be personable, and kind of like be understanding to that. Right? If they're not losing weight, what can you do to kind of help them in little things? Right? If they like to go out, you can just be like, well, eat less a little bit. If you still like getting Wingstop or something, right?
Yeah.
Like get 3 wings
Yeah.
instead of 5.
Miles.
Hey, I have a problem. Okay, I have a boba problem. I love to eat, I love candy, and guess what? You guys told me when you hit 28, so I got to get some stuff together. But we're gonna go to the next question because you're not gonna talk about me. This one's gonna be for Mark. Okay.
There's more.
Yeah, there's more. I know I'm supposed to be engaging my abs when I exercise,
Oh,
but I can't feel them there.
This one's impossible.
listen.
People be sucking in their stomach like, is it working? I was like, I hope so.
Oh my God, legit. But I can't feel them there. Do I even have abs?
Oh, Yes, the answer is yes. They have abs.
Okay, no, but I'm the client. I just told you, I don't know what you talk about.
Sometimes you gotta just. I've learned with some clients, like you either put them in like a plank position if they don't feel it there. You almost gotta keep giving them different ab exercises. And like I do negatives with some clients. I'm like, that's what you need to feel.
Exactly.
And like that's what you need to feel when you're doing a deadlift, when you're doing all these other exercises. You gotta like engage it that way. So I think one of the things is you can do is find an exercise where they actually feel the abs engaging, and then kind of let them understand, like build that neurological connection between their mind and their muscles. Like that's what we're looking for. And I mean, that's kind of it. You gotta, it's like a, science project. You gotta
Gotcha.
keep
Yeah,
giving them different ones until you found the right one for them.
gotcha.
If you flinch at them, they'll contract their abs.
Yeah, give them a little.
Just
You feel that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
that's
cramps
it.
out.
I'm gonna punch you in the stomach. What do you do?
Oh, my abs are tight.
See? Keep the cord tight.
That's
my first session.
Yeah, no, I asked you that because we do a lot of abs and stuff together.
We do
But
do a lot of abs too.
This is a question for the whole group. I mean, nobody has to answer. I mean, we don't have to answer it at all. But last question: experts always say that some exercise is better than no exercise. But if I only have 10 minutes, should I bother?
Yeah.
I mean, the answer is yes.
Yes.
I
Yes,
mean,
the
yeah.
answer is yes.
Like, cause if we want to really be honest, like we do get those people that are like, man, I have no time. I have no time. And realistically, when we look at them, we're like, you do got time. You got some time. But like to them, they feel like they don't have time.
What would you have them do in 10 minutes?
No, well, let's hypothetically think it like this. Let's say they do work out with us, but then outside we're telling them to work out outside the gym, but they only have 10 minutes of time.
Yeah.
What do you think we should tell them?
Running is an easy one.
Oh, yeah, I'd do some type of interval.
Dude,
Some
I do two
Tabata.
Tabatas, upper,
Yep.
lower. Done.
Every
That's
minute
eight-
on the
that's
So
eight-
every
every,
minute-
every minute on the minute, right?
on
8
the
minutes.
10 minutes,
Yeah.
or 8-10 minutes. Yeah.
Exactly.
Upper, lower
There's
Tabata,
always
take 8
there's a
minutes.
solution to everything. It's just the willingness to do it.
Yeah, priorities.
Do you feel like that would make us look at client X differently because of them telling us that they don't have enough time to work out outside the gym when they only tell us they only have 10 minutes? Like I know we're all talking as trainers and we all want to be professional, but like when we really start getting down to the nitty-gritty, be like, man, like is there a time that you're just like, man, they don't want it?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's some clients that just need to have a fall man, and that could be you. But yeah, I mean, it's your job to be a professional and try your best to find that right program for them. But if it comes down to it, they're not motivated enough, then that's kind of like on them, right?
Yeah.
We all have those clients that will just come to you only because you're held accountable by them, and that's the only thing they'll do.
Correct.
Because they have to pay you.
Correct.
If they didn't pay you, they would do nothing. So
You're
we
right.
do have those. We also have those clients too, right?
You're right. You're right.
I'll make them come in 3 times a week instead of 2.
hey, listen. I hate the one. Okay, I hate the 1 day a week people.
Oh no,
I
that's
love
not even.
those. Those are
That's
my
not even.
He said those are his favorite.
That's not even
Okay,
maintenance.
now
Yeah,
it's different. It's different because everybody has different goals, right? But when we have the 1 day a week people that are looking for a 5-month change, it's kind of like, do I need to do like? Am I going to even sit here and just lie to you? Like, like.
Oh no, not at all. You upfront with them because
But like, let's say they just adamant. They're just like, you know what? Can't do it. Got to do one day a week.
yeah, you have to be truthful to them, right? I mean, twice a week is productive. 3 times a week is I would say from experience is the most productive, at least, right?
Correct.
Once a week, you're barely maintaining what you already have.
100%.
So I mean, I'm straight up like, you want to do once a week, whatever you look like now. Hey, we could keep that. That's kind of the truth of it, though.
It's nice.
I mean, they got to do something outside the gym.
They have to.
Yeah, that goes to what Key said.
It's a
Yeah.
must.
You got only 1 hour a day. You got 23 hours in the day. You know what I mean?
I've had one successful client do once per week, and that's because I've trained her for since the beginning, where she started like 2 to 3 times.
Yeah, but
And
she's doing
then you
something
take her
else
out. Yeah.
outside. Yeah.
Yeah,
because you
yeah,
taught her. You taught her.
yeah.
And then I
You taught her.
program it.
You taught her.
And
You taught her
then I
what to
literally
do.
give her the program, and she actually follows through. But that's one in, like, anyone else I've ever taken on once per week, I've already learned. I was like, it's
Yeah,
like
no,
it
definitely.
never pans out ever.
I have clients that overwork out and end up not getting results because they work out too much. They can't keep up nutrition. And I was like, you need to slow down. You can't keep up with your activity level with the way you're eating. You're just doing too much. So there, and that's hard for them to grasp too, you know? Having your
Nutrition
yeah.
is
having your exercise
is what
equal
every
your
trainer is dealing with a lot of clients, because you know we can give people workouts for days and we can, you know, make sure their bodies feel good, but man, yeah, I mean, you telling them you programming, you know, diet plans and all that stuff, and some of these people be like, man, I ain't eating that, you know, like legit.
It's the hardest part.
Yeah.
It's the
It
hardest
really
part.
is.
I mean, that's why we're always changing the scanning system we have here just to keep people accountable. You know, we try to implement things that keep having them to check on their progress.
I love that accountability part that you just said, because low key the scan is like, the scan don't lie. Like that the scale ain't gonna lie 5 times in a row. You know, if somebody's saying you eating too much, or if somebody's saying that you ain't eating the right things too much, like it may be true. Or we got to start talking about, you know, do you have an eating disorder? Do you have all these different things to go along with those things? But I love the accountability factors that we offer here. You know, like it's kind of like you can't lie to us, right?
It's gonna show. Yeah.
It's gonna show. Like you can't. It's inevitable at that point. But you know, kind of just want to move in a different direction. We just had someone bring some hardware into the gym. With his first competition. I love it.
You want me to get it?
Yeah.
No, I'll get it.
Hey.
Nah, I don't get it. It's
gotta
on.
put it on. You gotta
it's
put it on
only
for
for
this
No.
segment.
We definitely need you to put it on, because it's a feat. Because legit, Dave, I've seen you in the gym since I've been here, and the work you put in as a trainer is legit, and it don't go unnoticed. It's kind of like, you know, like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I aspire to be something like that on a daily basis. Again, because when I was an athlete, it was easy to just be like, "Oh, I work out," or I like a coach tells me what to do. But legit, like every day you're doing it, and now you're like, you know what? Got a comp coming up, and I got to do what I got to do to get to that next point. And I just think that you hit it at another level, because now you have more of a credibility, not just to yourself, but to your clients and future clients. They like, you know what? If I want to do a powerlifting competition, or if I want to do anything like that,
I gotta go to
David.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So like, just tell us, you know, how you felt about that, you know, the process. Tell me about the day. Tell me about how you felt after.
Okay. I would say, well, I entered it because it was always something that was, you know, nagging in the back of my mind for like a good 3-4 years. You know, I've always lifted weights and stuff like that. And then more recently, I took to like specifically barbell training, squat, bench, and dead. And there's always like, I was always like, maybe I want to do this, maybe I don't. I'm kind of like, you know, nervous to do this shit and stuff like that. Well then, yeah, I was ready to turn the page.
Oh, there it goes. There it goes.
There you go.
Honestly, it was always, I always put it on the back of my mind. And then went through some shit last year. Life circumstances changed. I was ready to turn the page. And so I was like, well, if I want to turn the page, I need to set some new goals. And so this thing that was on the back of my mind for years now, figured, well, now's the time to do it.
Yeah.
Reached out to my old friend who was a powerlifter, because he competes on a world and national level. And I asked him to coach me, and you know, he doesn't really take on first timers and stuff. Like he coaches people who are like qualify for, you know, nationals, world and stuff like that. So for me, it was really like it gave me perspective because I was able to put myself in like my client's shoes, working with a coach and a personal trainer and stuff like that. And so I learned so much just from those 3 months of working with him, and like the value of actually working, you know, communicating with a coach or a personal trainer or something like that. The accountability it provides, and what really makes a good coach or a good trainer, in terms of helping the client stay the course when things go to shit, or when you hit a speed bump or something like that. Because I got injured before I started working with him, and then I got injured 2 weeks into working with him. And I was like, you know, I tend to be an all or nothing type of mindset, and a lot of my clients are like that too.
Yeah.
And so I realized the value in terms of a coach being able to reassure the client, and he was able to reassure me and adjust everything to me, and like help me mentally stay the course, and, you know, still get me physically prepared to meet my goals. And I was able to make it through, PR'd on all of my lifts.
He was moving that way.
Yeah, it was a super great experience. And
Lightweight.
if I learned anything, it was just that, you know, growth always lies in stepping into your fears, getting out of your comfort zone, and stagnation and complacency is always a slow and unfulfilling way to live.
Wow.
So
Shit, write that
so
down.
yeah,
Hey,
I want to put that on a shirt.
So
when
it's
I
like,
say, when I say
make
he
shirts.
hitting some stuff right now,
so it's like
Damn.
Say that again.
like
I'm
once
trying to
I
find a
I
wall.
will
we
get
put
another
that
boba. I will not get another boba.
like once I went through that first meet, I was like, oh, like I needed to be in this arena. Like this was naturally pulling me. Like I played, like my parents did a great job of exposing me to a bunch of sports growing up. You know, I played, you know, everything, like, you know, all the sports, soccer, baseball, basketball, golf, all those things. But I never took them, and I never looked forward to doing doing them. And like, I was never a natural athlete or anything, but like powerlifting was just my, you know, I'm hella short, like I'm hella broad and everything. So it just kind of catered to me. But it was the first, and I think the reason why I really love the whole sport of powerlifting is because it all falls under the you know, umbrella of self-improvement. Even at the local meet and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm not trying to downplay the fact that it's a competition, but if you're there, especially at local meets, it's more of a showcase for all of the lifters that show up there, and like it's such a supportive and welcoming atmosphere, and like you're just meeting people, like everyone in the crowd, you don't even know them, and they're just cheering you on. Like as long as you're there and you're choosing a weight, and like, you know, choosing a weight that challenges you and everything, like they're gonna cheer you on. They're gonna be happy that you're just there and you're competing, and it brings out a different side of you that like I didn't even know how to meet. Like I've never been competitive in terms of like team sports and stuff like that. For me, it was like there's too much out of my control that I couldn't control. But with powerlifting, it's you and it's the weight, and it's you versus gravity, and it's like it's all you. And so it's like, and so really what I take from it is that, you know, the principles of strength training or succeeding in the gym, the carryover into all other aspects of succeeding in your life. You know, you gotta be willing, you know, to have courage to, you know, try certain weights or do things that you're unsure you might not be able to do. And it's very unlikely that you're actually going to die. So if anything, you learn from the experience, and you grow from it.
They will not let that weight hit your
happens.
neck.
Yeah, regardless of what happens. So I learned a lot from it, and I'm super excited to get back on the platform. Yeah.
Dude, that's just dope. I ain't gonna lie, you inspiring me. You inspiring people that's watching this. Because at the end of the day, like you said, it took the time and preparation, but it took a mindset, and it took a low-key of selfishness. You know, some of us being former athletes, like we're always like, dang, you messed up, or quarterback didn't throw me the ball or something like that. But legit, when you get individualistic and you start really thinking about yourself, you start holding yourself accountable, and you hold yourself to a new type of standard. But no, I appreciate you, telling us that journey and stuff. And, we still here for you to bring in some more hardware.
Oh, I'm excited to get that.
Yeah, bring a golden. We're gonna have a gold up in here. But
From the Olympics.
night is definitely far spent. Just want to finish with just I like to call this like roses and buds. So a rose is definitely something good that's happening in your life, what you're looking forward to, and then a bud is something something you can improve on, something that hasn't blossomed yet, something that you're looking forward to, and be transparent. Just tell us what you're looking forward to and what's going good in your life right now. And we'll start with Mark.
Just to stay with fitness, like most of my clients are like coming back, so it's nice to like reconnect with them, everything like that. It's tough scheduling everybody, so yeah. So other than that, excited to see all my clients again. But the thing I'm dealing with is I can't train all of them. I'm just fucking tired.
Dude, you're a beast. You got hella
Dude, you got a Mark 0.5, bro. What are you talking about, dude?
Hey,
I'm on that downhill.
Shout out to
Past
AJ.
28.
Shout
I'm
out
already
AJ.
go-
Shout out AJ.
AJ, you got more clients coming.
Shout out. Key.
This is just like in life in general, I guess.
Anything.
So Rose, I was offered a preceptor opportunity this week in Seattle. I guess that's also the bud because that means I'm gonna have to move in the next 2 months.
What would you get? What is it?
It's basically like the last 6 months of your chiropractic schooling. You do like a preceptor.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Congrats.
So you could
Yeah,
either
congrats.
stay. Thank you. You could either stay at school or you can go to an office and
Dang.
yeah. So
gonna make us cry.
trying to figure out like
Oh, so
what I'm
you're
gonna
trying
do
to
with
figure out
clients
an
and
office for her and everything.
I mean it's only 6 months, so I'm probably gonna be back, but it's still just
6
an
months, you may
adjustment.
want to stay out there. Nah, bruh. Where you going?
Yeah. We'll see.
No,
Way
we're
too-
happy. No,
way
we're
too
happy for
much
you.
out
We're
there.
happy for you.
Yeah. So
We're happy that you, getting those opportunities, especially, during how COVID was, man. COVID had us all just sitting still.
exactly.
And now we all getting to do these things. Ryan.
I think a rose is I get to kind of do more of my passion, which is building gyms. I got a regional sales position with the company actually helped me procure all the equipment here. So I worked with them plenty of times, and now I'm like flying places, looking at spaces and designing gyms. It's kind of what I wanted to do for after building how many FTs and this and that, and so other people asking me to build their gyms and stuff. So that's the rose. I guess the bud is like, I think similar to Mark, like I'm trying to balance everything, right? With that opportunity, running the gym and, trying to get us out this COVID hole, and balancing family too. That's kind of the tough part, right? Because 2 little kids at home and a 6-year-old I want to be around. So trying to figure all that out. I think that's with the trainer life in general.
Yeah.
Trying to balance that personal life.
It's beautiful. I guess I'll say for a rose is honestly, I just feel like everything's falling in line with me financially finally. Like at first I felt like I was directing all my time into a million different places, and you try to give 100%, but it's only, you can't, I mean, it's not enough time in the day to do it to so many different places. But I feel like God's kind of finally leading me into where I need to be. And finances are showing. And I guess a bud is, I'm not necessarily looking for an opportunity, but I feel like the school that I'm, coaching football for, I feel like they're looking for me a position to being up there a little bit more and, even make those finances, come through a little bit more. But I feel like the avenue is being used in this gym to kind of get to that place. So I'm just going to manifest right now that, nothing lacks here at the same time, at the same time with the other place as well, that I can manage both without feeling like I'm being pulled in too many different places, and I have to choose. But yeah, Greg.
I guess a rose is bad. Life is good, man. That's like I can't complain.
Sound like a commercial.
I'm busy. My baby girl's gonna be 2 next month. I mean, she's growing so fast. I love her so much. Hi, Keiko. It's good. I mean, work is good. I've never been busier. Working. There's always ebbs and flows when you're a personal trainer, especially when you're a contractor, right? And so for the longest time, I've been, real good. So, yeah, it's good, man. But I guess the but is like Ron was saying, I just don't have enough hours in the day to do all the things that I want to do, and then
Play golf.
work, spend time with the baby, my wife, and errands or whatever. It's just I just wish I had more time in the day.
Yeah.
We need like 8-day weeks or you know what I mean? But I mean, if that's my bud, I can't complain.
Can't complain, right?
Right?
Yeah.
I can't complain.
That's
So
real.
I mean, it's good. It's good.
Finish this off. Hardware.
So for Rose, let's see. Well, in terms of just fitness in general, I feel like my training, I'm back to training with intent again ever since powerlifting and stuff like that. So I'm always looking forward to the next event. And so I'm at that point where every workout has weight to it and has importance to it. So that actually excites me. So like when I'm on any kind of program, I get very complacent really easily with my workouts and stuff like that. But when there's something to work up to, it's easy to stay engaged with the whole thing. So I'm super excited about that. Also, schedule's filling up a bit better. Thanks to Ryan, and then taking on classes and stuff like that too. And then also with my private clients and stuff like that too. I've gotten a couple just from social media, surprisingly, I post boring stuff on Instagram. Like
You're
it's
an
just my
influencer.
clients
He's
lift-
an influencer.
Yeah,
Don't
just
let
my
him lie.
clients lifting and stuff like
Don't
that.
let him
It's like-
lie.
But it's not there to entertain any of you guys. It's there to reach out to, like, if my clients repost themselves and they're excited about their progress, then they see, their family or their coworkers or their acquaintances or whatever, and they personally know them. They know that they were starting from square one and they're benching, squatting, deadlifting, and they're making progress. I've had a surprising amount of new reach outs just from that. So I'm excited about that. Bud would be managing my energy throughout, a full day. Quite introverted, so every interaction drains me very.
Not with those answers,
Very
bro. You
much.
ain't no
That's
introvert.
what I'm saying. He been throwing doozies all
No,
day. This
but,
guy
like,
is so eloquent,
every,
dude.
Every,
Eloquent.
every interaction drains me quite a bit. So like by the time I get past like the 5 p.m. class and I have like 1 or 2 clients left, like I'm wasted. Like I'm like I'm trying to find a way to like regulate myself or like find better ways to manage energy throughout the day. And I'm starting to get a better feel for that, but it's still a work in progress. And then also just, refining ways of communicating with people. I've always been quiet and awkward and stuff like that. So it's like, it's always a work in progress with just communicating with people. But that's what I love about personal training is that it's working with people. And so it's always, stepping outside of the comfort zone. But yeah.
Awesome. Hey, I thank you guys for coming and just doing this with me for the first gym talk. We covered a whole bunch of stuff. I hope that you guys liked. Hope that you have more questions. Maybe if we do this again, we do this however we do it. But I appreciate everybody that was on the podcast. Thank you, Ryan, for letting us use the gym. Thank you, Michael. Michael, he's the guys in the background. You don't see him, but he's helping us film with the light and everything like that. But appreciate you guys.
Yeah, it was fun.
Hey, thanks for setting it up, dude.
Yeah.
In Jesus' name, amen.